the false starts that I've had here today. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but I seem to be having some serious issues with regards to streaming this evening. But anyway, let's look at what's happened. We have had a couple of false starts, a couple of bad ones, but at this stage, Major Jam is leading this race with Mayo Man in second and Bunsey in third. That's the way it is right now. We have Angry Chameleon, who had a drive-through penalty, and we had Budge and Is a Hero, who had to stop, and Vernie Verne, who had to stop on lap 1 as a result of a multitude of issues that started with this race. Folks, I am not in this right now because, quite frankly, I have no idea what's happening, and I've had that much trouble with the stream so thus far that quite frankly, I have no idea. I have no idea what is going on, and I have no idea if they are going to call an end to this version of the race. It doesn't look like they are, because they are continuing on. Is that fair after we restarted the first race? Who knows? But I don't know what the issues are here, because quite frankly, I don't know what's going on with this. We will put up. We have all the information up, I suppose, but it isn't good. It isn't good for me. It hasn't been a good start, and let's just follow the race. We have 4 laps of 28 done. Are they going to go to the end? I don't know. I don't know if this counts towards season points or anything, but it definitely looks like there was another bad start to this race, and a couple of guys went out early on. Okay, we will start, I suppose, as it turns out. We will start with let me see. As we watch these guys going around, it is a little bit spread out straight away, because honestly, everybody is just like 6 seconds. Wilfred Boney is as close. He started last, actually, and Mormick started second last, and they are both up to 7th and 8th. So they have had marked improvement on their start, which will let you know exactly how this has gone so far. Kaiser, Angry Chameleon, Budge, Is a Hero, and Verne all falling drastically. Shamrock and Why Not See out of this race. I'm commenting here, and quite frankly, I don't know if this is even going to count towards the season points. I don't know if these guys are just racing this now, because quite frankly, the way it's all began hasn't been exactly great. People accumulating a lot of points. Where do we go? Okay. I suppose we could go to the questions that were for this week. Oh, what a dreadful start today. We had 3 people this week. I asked them questions just like last week. And remember, folks, even if you are watching this after the fact, you want to leave a question in the comments, I can put it to the drivers, whoever it is your favorite driver. I can put it to them, and you can ask it there, and I will put it to them, and I will bring it back to you the following week once I get notification of that and get an answer from said driver. But this week we had Mayo Man, who was our first interview this week, and what we said is not many would know you started as a commentator in Wheel to Wheel, and then you were offered a spot as a driver. How has your experience been in Wheel to Wheel thus far? And we will do this as we go around. We're going to just randomly watch some drivers. There's Angry Comedian after his drive-through. His answer to that question was, Wheel to Wheel has been great, a really sound bunch of lads. I miss my days as a comms man. They were so fun. I only did a few races, but I was mad to get into league. So I thought getting in as comms would get me a seat. Maybe every prospective driver should have to do comms on a few races to gain entry to the league. You know, it's not a bad suggestion, maybe to get to know the system and the people and how it all runs, purely by being involved there. I don't know what's going on with this live, honest to God. I am going to try check it here. I don't see any of my stuff coming through, quite honestly. And if it's not coming through, I'm going to check here on the live, and if it's not coming through, folks, I am going to abandon and we will call it a night. But quite frankly, it doesn't look like we're getting any sound from the race. It doesn't look like anything's going well. I have no idea what's going on, quite frankly. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it looks like it's going. It absolutely looks like it's going. So, look, we'll continue on. Not going well, I wouldn't have said, so far. Oh, George Russell. Piss poor driving. Shamrock is out. We seen that you were out straight off the bat, and so has Why Not See. But folks, we are 6 laps in, and I have no idea what is going on in this race at all, because quite frankly I've missed it all. We have 5 people with penalties on lap 7 already, 13 drivers in, 2 out, and honestly not a great race so far. But we should get into it. We will follow around Major Jam, who is putting out a lead at the start from Mayoman. If things remain like this, Mayoman will be 17 points in the lead, because as it happens, the distance between Mayoman and Budge after last week's result means that Mayoman was only 1 point behind Budge. So there we go. That's where things stand. And honestly, Mayoman has been much more informed. Granted, Budge has had a very, very poor start to this race, and that is more to do, I think, with the way it all began and the disruption that's going on. I don't know who's in the chat there, but if you are one of the drivers, could you tell me, I hope it's Shamrock, could you tell me if this race is valid and it is happening? Because honestly, I don't know what's going on. I've missed everything, and it's just been a bad start. Anyway, we will continue with the questions. We went to Mayoman. What do you think of the new format of realistic cars and wheel-to-wheel? He said, the new format has been good. I thought after my 3 wins at the start it was going to be a breeze. But since changing to wheel, I've been slowly getting my pace back. The realistic cars bring all the lads close together, but the cream rises to the top, baby. And I think what he's saying there is that he is going to be the man to be reckoned with. Not Jack, how art thou, Mr. Hersons? How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. It is good to have you. We are in a bad state today. Don't know what the hell is going on. We had a number of false starts, and we have a number of penalties already in this race. 5 seconds for Chameleon, 3 for each of Kaiser, Blue Gunner, Ironman and Is It Hero. And Budge and a lot of guys had to stop early in this race, and it looks like, honestly, I think Budge had to go back in because he was given the wrong bloody tyres. He was given hards, and he had to go back in, even though he had to stop on lap 1. Welcome in, much appreciated for you to join us. So anyway, we continue with the questions that we had with Mayoman, and we asked him, you finished equal on points with Budge at the end of season 2, only lose the title on wins. You now have the momentum coming into the second half of the season, much like Budge did in season 2. Will you now do to him what he did to you? And Mayo Man very diplomatically said, hopefully I will push on and get a few wins, but anything could happen. With Jam putting in some solid results recently, I was sickened last season. I actually thought I won it for a few seconds. If Ironman had been able to get the fastest lap in Russia the last race of the season, I would have won it. Shout out to Major Jam, definitely a serious contender for the championship this season. Interesting stuff there from Mayo. He clearly believes, because we did ask him whether he had anything else to say after all this, whether he anything to add to the questions. He said, I really think Major Jam has a serious chance of winning this championship, and that's despite the fact that Major Jam is quite a way back. But in this race, we see Major Jam is leading by a long way, and he is, as a matter of fact, leading ahead of Mayo Man himself. Is a hero with another penalty. Interesting stuff going on there. We are watching the closest battles on track as it happens right now, but honestly, folks, I will do my best, but I am lost today. Next question we had, is the constructors in the bag and the post, just like Budge said last week? He said, yep, the constructors in the bag for Aston, I think, but I don't give it I don't give a shit about that, excuse the language, but I want that wheel-to-wheel drivers championship. And it's interesting because if he is the winner, or sorry, if he does win it, he will. We have pits from Wilfred, Kaiser, and Angry, who are all pitting now. Chameleon will serve a 5-second penalty to get rid of that, which is good. We these guys are doing under safety car, so that is huge benefit to all who have pitted. Budge entering the pits now. What tyres will he go on to? Probably another set of mediums if he has them. Might get him to the end at that rate on this track, and with the lighter fuel load and the newer tyres coming to the end. Budge dropping down the order, but he is getting that not free stop, but decent stop under safety car. So anyway, we will move on. Next person we had up was Supreme Boyle, who and we have Is a Hero who has retired from this race, meaning we now are left with 12 drivers. He probably has figured his day is over. I think he had penalties and he may have crashed out, causing this safety car. So that is the 4th race for Is a Hero, and quite frankly that is the 4th race he has not finished. Nothing new there. Okay, Supreme Boyle. I asked Supreme Boyle, I said, you're clearly extremely fast but lack the result your speed would suggest. How frustrating has this been for you? He says, it's really annoying as I'm clearly one of the fastest in the league, but luck hasn't really went my way. The penalties have been the main reason. I tend to overdrive the car sometimes, and that obviously is risky considering some of the circuits we've been to, like Azerbaijan. I think that's been the story of his season so far. Supreme Boyo is now on a podium spot with fresh softs. Not likely to get him to the end, I don't think, with 18 laps remaining. But he may get the help of the safety car later on as well. Okay. Yeah, we did, and to that end, we sent all the questions at the same time, obviously. We did ask him also about those penalties. We said, you're currently by far the biggest penalty-ridden driver. Why has it been so hard to go clean in races, especially of late? He says, as I said, I tend to overdrive the car, and that obviously means using more curb, etc. I just need to keep it tidier, and I should be less and less penalty prone. I assume as he means as the season goes on. And you know what? He has the ability. He certainly has the ability. It just hasn't transferred into results as a result of those penalties. 20 plus points in the last 2 of the last 3 races, as far as I can remember, and that is not the way you're going to win races. He was even last week, I believe, or maybe even the week before, leading at one stage during the race, only to spin it. I think it was in Russia, yes. Anyway, moving on to the next question. It says, how did you hear about Wheel to Wheel? Why did you join? And have you enjoyed it thus far? He said, well, how is it going? Knockos, welcome in, David Kavanagh. Nice to have you in, fella. We are going through some of the questions here from whilst we are under safety car. We are talking about Supreme Bio. Supreme Bio, we asked him, how did you hear about Wheel to Wheel? Why did you join? And have you enjoyed it thus far? He says, I heard about Wheel to Wheel through Vern. I used to watch his streams and I signed up to LOI, which didn't work out too well despite a victory. So I decided to leave, and then I seen with the Wheel to Wheel TikTok that they were looking for recruits, as we did at the start of this season, to race. I jumped at the chance to try and beat the lads. I watched it for so long and loved it. I loved it so far, despite the bad results. Hopefully my luck will turn and I'll start getting some decent points. So we have seen any advantages at the start that Mayo Man and Major Jam have opened up. Everybody is backed up, and we are under safety car, probably because Vernie Byrne has yet to catch up. He will come around and we will begin the next stages of this race. We are on board with Angry Chameleon, now penalty list as a result of serving that 5 seconds in the pits. We are going to the next question that we had with Supreme Bio. What is your personal goals for the season? He says, I want to beat the Alfa Romeos as I see them as my team's main competition right now, as we are similar in skill. Wilfred's been bringing home good points to help us beat them thus far, but hopefully I will be showing them Alpha Boys what team's better by the season's end. Sounds like a guy who is determined to make an impact in Wheel to Wheel, and hopefully his results will be better moving forward. It certainly will be if he remains penaltyless as he is now and in the position he has. I think Supreme Bio's best result would be the third that he holds currently on track. Vernie is now catching up like a bullet. We will likely get going at the end of this lap. The other driver we put questions to was Mormick, a fan favourite indeed. He is in the Red Bull, and we asked him, you're now starting to score points on a more regular basis. The improvement is clear as during the race you've been competitive, also setting fast lap at certain points in those races. Obviously not necessarily holding it to the end, but certainly putting in fastest laps at some point. Very catching up now, and it looks like we may be going. Will they back up? Looks like he's caught up. Will we get a late call? Yeah. Has it? No, it looks like we're going. Again, and we have another stop pit guy going into the pits. Who's going into the pits now? We have Blue Gunner going into the pits. That is a very strange thing to do now, but I suppose he will catch up at the end of this lap, and it is a free one. But he will though drop all the way to the back of the pack. Was that the best thing to do at this stage in the proceedings? Who knows? But he is going to get a new fresh set of mediums, as it turns out. Okay. Yeah, he said. Would you agree? Would you agree that and are you enjoying the new format? He says, yes, I'm really enjoying the new format, as it's much more competitive and fun with all human drivers. Boom. I think we're missing some of his answer, but we will come back to that in just a moment. I said, you scored 28 points in the first half of the season. Can you do this again or improve further in the second half? He says, I really hope to improve in the second half of the season. I am much more familiar with the tracks still to come, and that was in the first half compared to those in the first half of the season. I'm also aiming to start turning some heads and making bigger impact on the race. And as it stands, he is in 5th. That is a good place to be. Blue Gunners caught up. We are definitely going to be going racing at the end of this. We'll try and get to the end of more mixed questions here. What do you feel like is the best part of Wheel to Wheel setup for you personally? the best part of wheel-to-wheel racing league is the competitive camaraderie which between everybody. There are people dying to get into our league and sample the fantastic banter that goes on. It is a very high level of racing and everyone enjoys watching too. Shamrock, how are you, Shamrock? How is it going, fella? Jesus, man, why aren't you in the race at all now? What the hell happened to you at all? We're being backed up by Major Jam. We will ride on board Supreme Bio. Oh, we won't. We will ride on with Bunsey as we begin again. He is going to keep up. They are coming around. They are letting the car go ahead now, and Major Jam is going to have to he's going to have to pull out ahead. Everybody is backed up, and quite frankly, it may be a case now at this stage where, and even Budge has penalties, which is very un-Budge-like. But we will get going. Oh! Supreme Bios after putting it in the wall! Oh no, sorry, Mailman! I beg your pardon, it's Mailman, he's in the wall! Oh my god, what a start we saw there! Major Jam caught Mailman absolutely napping, and he, in trying to react to it, Mailman put it straight in the wall! Oh! You got hit in the back by Budge's car that spun, and then someone took my front off. Jesus, what a bad start to the race. I honestly, with the troubles that we've had with the streaming tonight, I honestly don't know what's going on. But look at this. These guys are now miles ahead. Bunzy's a good bit behind, but look at Wilfred Bonney, who is now 3.5 seconds behind. Mormick is in 5th. That promotes Budge to 7th. This is crazy. Chameleon is in great position here with with fresh softs and no issues. He looks like he's cutting down the inside, but Mormick is keeping him back there now. Mormick on the oldest tyres on track, and he is making it look easy. Look at the battle with Supreme Bio and Budge. He cuts back. Supreme Bio is cutting back on Major Jam, and he is getting that Alpine ahead of Major Jam. Oh, that was easily done. What is going on with Major Jam? No, he is serving a drive-through. That was the penalty he had, is it? That is crazy. Oh my god, Budge just about comes out ahead of Mailman. This is the shock, folks. This is the shock. Look at this. The two Season 3 leaders, 1 and 2, are in 11th and 12th. The only guys on track right now who aren't in a points position, and they are both leading the pack. This will be massive for the likes of Major Jam, Bunsey, and well, as it turns out, Shamrock not going to benefit from this. But wow, fam, this is incredible stuff. What is going on at the front of this? Mailman is still miles behind as well, so it's not like he's getting the benefit of the fact that Budge had that drive-through, because he spun it and put it in a wall, trying to react to Major Jam taking off like a bullet at the restart. Anyway, Major Jam has fallen way back behind. I don't know what's going on. Supreme Bio is setting fastest laps and all that, but why is Major Jam not be able to keep up, or not necessarily keep up necessarily, but certainly keep within a certain distance of him? That is very un-Jam-like. Looks like we are going to have another pole plague moment. We will have had 13 of them in a 14-week stretch. Wilfred Bonney with a 3-second time penalty as it happens. We will look at the penalties actually, because that's becoming important. Wilfred there are 6 seconds. Looks like Mormick may get inside that 6-second time, but he does actually have to stop again. And Chameleon is gone. Chameleon has lost a ton of places. He is off the track. Oh, what's going on? He's after taking out Kaiser Gun, rejoining the track. What is going on? Why did Chameleon do that? Oh, we are blue. Oh, and now that puts Kaiser in a compromised position. This is budget. Everybody is losing their shit. Oh my God. Thank you very much for joining us, Shamrock. Thank you for updating us to it. Mick puts on his first 3-second time penalty. That is critical now, but I suppose everybody behind him does have 3 seconds ahead, or 3 seconds, but Bunsey and a few guys now, he is losing positions, but I suppose that is partially to do with the fact that he had to stop too. Or is he not? No, he's losing positions too. This is incredible, folks. We are just losing everybody here. There's Chameleon going in. And yeah, Kaiser will be going back in. I have to imagine Chameleon is going to be getting penalties. And we will then have Mayo Man and Budge up into those positions. We have Budge overtaking. He is now up to 8th as a result of all these stops. There's the new... yeah, we have a lot of people getting... looks like Mormick is still in the points. He is getting sauce for the remaining laps of these. He'll go to the end of those. So he will be lightning quick, hopefully, in that Red Bull. But quite frankly, folks, it has been a disaster of a race for a lot of guys in this. Mick giving up 5 positions on track. And now Budge and Mayo back in the points. Budge, critically though, ahead and retaining the lead in the championship if things end the way they are now. Vernie Vern, Blue Gunner, Ironman, Bunsey, Wilfred, Mayo Man, Major Jam, and all these guys. Look at the distance between Supreme Boyo and Major Jam. What is going on with Major Jam? I see his end plates there. I don't see any issues with the thing, but he has to be suffering. He is limping around this track. He is a much faster driver than this just by the current standings. But despite that, Wilfred Bunny is not making any time on him. And it looks like Bunsey will be on the podium as a result of that. Oh my goodness, Supreme Boyle has a penalty. It is 3 seconds. But currently, the way things stand, it's not going to matter. I just don't know if Supreme Boyle will get to the end on those tyres. Those tyres will be screaming by the end of this if he tries to remain on them. Wilfred Boney is now running in 3rd, but he does have 6 seconds in penalty, and Bunsey is hunting him down. So, Ironman in the top 5, big for him. He needs to be putting up points now for Ferrari, because it looks like Chameleon isn't going to be getting any, and Kaiser Gunner now has penalties. What in the name of God is going on? 3 seconds for Kaiser, Mormick, Verdi Vern, Blue Gunner, and Ironman, and also Supreme Boy 6 for Wilfred Boney. We now have everybody bar 5 drivers with penalties in this race. This is not good. Will Kaiser Gunner catch up with Chameleon and overtake him? He does have the superior engine because he's in the Mercedes, but Angry Chameleon likely to get penalties as well if that rejoin is anything to go by. So folks, we will just finish off the questions as we have them for Mormick. The next question we asked him was, what's your personal goals moving forward? He says, my goal is to be champion, and we like that about Mormick. He is, and a lot of the drivers, they don't care the fact that they're not performing now. They are in this to learn, they're in this to get better, and they are in this to win it despite where they may be on the track at any time. Absolutely fantastic stuff from him. My goal is to be champion. I'm sure it's the same for everyone. He's right there, I think. For now, my short-term goal is to be as competitive as I can be. And we did ask him, did he have anything to answer that? Or add to that, what he said so far. He said, no, I don't think so. I'm just really looking forward to a great race tonight in Texas. And honestly, I want to say that this race may be ultimately forgettable for a lot of drivers. Mormick may yet make, he is making moves as it happens on Mayo Man. As it turns out, he is flying. What is going on, folks? He made that look easy, didn't he? Is Mayo Man injured now? And that helps Budge no end, because honestly, that puts Mayo Man back in 10th. The difference now will be larger because Budge is ahead. But if still Mormick still has to pull out another 1.8 seconds, Mayo will probably be comfortable enough in 10th, provided that's the way things end. But this Mayo man cannot keep up with this Red Bull on those soft tyres, newer soft tyres. So that's big for Mick. Will he then do Mayo a solid and hunt down Budge? He has only 4.6 seconds and 8 laps to do it. He is looking like he is going quite quick. Major Jam is now getting back the lead of this race after the fact that Supreme Boyle has stopped. Supreme Boyle will join in 4th. He will. Oh, Mick has got another 3-second time penalty. So quite frankly, that looks like Mailman will get that position back. I don't think he's going to pull out that far ahead in that amount of time. I don't know if he has it in him. He's not making any much more of a. He's not pulling out much further than he has done already, and he is losing time to Budge ahead. So that may be Mormick. Relegated to, if he doesn't maintain some sort of decorum in his driving for the remainder of this, he is going to be. He may even lose a position to Chameleon or Kaiser, depending on how this race ends. Supreme Boyle on the soft tyres. He is lightning quick, folks. He does have a penalty though, and he is now a long way back from Major Jam. Where are people in relation to the? Sorry, we will put that back on the tyre, and we will go to leader. So, Iron Man is being taken by Blue Gunner, but Supreme Boyle is 9.5 seconds back from Major Jam. He is on the fresher tyres, but can he pull back that 9.5 seconds plus the distance in relation to the penalty as well? He has a big job ahead, and I don't know if that's going to be the case. Major Jam clearly, Buncey's gone into the pits, so he's going to get that position back. Oh, sorry, Wilfred has gone into the pits. He jumped and then came back. So we have Wilfred in the pits, and we have Ironman in the pits, and that is because they needed to stop on those tyres. So, Supreme Boyle is back up to 3rd position. Will he pull in enough time for even Buncey at this rate? It is a difficult thing to ask. He has that penalty, and that is literally killing him right now. And this has been the story of Supreme Boyle's season. It won't be the case, because everybody who follows Blue Gunner, Byrne and Wilfred all have penalties also, and Budge now is getting into the areas where he may catch Byrne, Wilfred, Boney and all these guys ahead. So Budge is making big time. But look at this, Mailman is now 3.8 seconds or 3.9 seconds ahead of, or behind Mormick, which means and it's because Mailman gets a penalty. That puts Nick back in this race. He looks like he has pulled out enough to do Mayo from that position in 8th. So Budge is in 7th. And Aaron Man is having a crazy day. Only 4 drivers now without penalties. This is insane. What is going on with the penalties? Mormick has 6, Aaron Man has 6. He has lost it. It looks like Angry Chameleon could potentially catch Iron Man at the front. There may even be maybe team orders as this race comes to an end. Oh, look at this! Ooh, this is crazy. This is a tight battle here with Mailman. That Ferrari is a better engine than the Aston, but again, it is a case where Iron Man is going to have to overtake Mailman and get that 3-second advantage. He has got DRS as he comes around into this final sector, or the home straight. He is letting him by, or it looks, he's gone defensive, but it looks like he's not putting up much of a battle. Ironman is now going to pull out ahead, and now Budge is up on Mailman by, he's up on a good amount of positions, and it doesn't look like Mailman is going to come back. He has already lost. Ironman does not need to be doing that. He does not need to be doing that. He needs to get ahead, but he does not need to do it by gaining more penalties at the same time. So here we go, folks. We are back with Wilfred Boney on the back of Byrne. This is kind of a redundant battle. I don't think I don't think Wilfred he's taken the outside line into this final turn. He is much faster than Bernie Byrne as it happens. He had DRS and ERS as he came down that long straight. Mayo Man is falling out of DRS even in this late stage of the race, or sorry, at this stage of the race. So Mayo Man is not enjoying this race whatsoever. He looks like he is only 1.3 seconds to fall out of that 3-second difference in the penalties. So this is going to be huge. Hayden Hughes, Supreme for the win. Man, that's a big ask. Man, that is a big ask. But he is up into second. He's after taking over Bunsey. Bunsey is a sitting duck on the straights in that Haas. He doesn't have the speed, but he is highly skilled as he goes through these S-bends. Absolutely brilliant battle here between those lads. But he is leaving that Haas in his wake, and honestly, he nearly has to pull in. He has to pull into 5 seconds and then get 3 seconds ahead. It's now more than 5 seconds. He's in and out. He's not going to have the benefit of DRS from being behind Bunsey, so that's not going to happen. Bunsey's falling out there as well. So look at that, much slower Haas as it comes around. Wilfred Boney and Bernie Byrne may yet reel them in. Budge is now 3.1 seconds behind Vernie Vern. He looks like he could be promoted to 6th in this race. It is about where he has been these last few races for Budge. Granted, he did have some issues at the start of this race with things. There may be penalties to come. There may yet be penalties to come. Ironman is now in. He is now tracking down Mormick. He may still yet get ahead of him. Angry Chameleon is not making any inroads to Mayo Man, so that looks like that is where him and Kaiser will stay. Not much of a battle there, and nothing much between them, but Kaiser does have 6 seconds as well. Chameleon, no penalties, but it's not going to help him being that far back. This has been a bad race. He looks like the only thing that looks like happens is that Kaiser might get him if he gets a 10-second penalty for rejoining the track the way he did, causing them both to have to, Chameleon had to pit anyway, but causing Kaiser to have to pit out of sequence. Budge, what's going on? He isn't making much of an inroads. Bunsey has fallen out. Everybody is he's miles out of what do you call it? Like, they're just miles out of distances from each other. Mormick is now within the 1 second window of Budge, but again, he has 6 seconds. But I don't know how penalties are going to go. There have been a lot of incidents so far in this race, and Budge now within 3 seconds of Byrne. Look at the speed of Mormick as he comes. Budge places that Aston very well, but this battle could end up serving Bernie Byrne well by the end of this, because if Budge has to concentrate on the battle, he's now fallen out of that 3 second gap. It looks like he will benefit. Now Vern is going to jump. Oh, he's not. Not right now. He's not. He is out. He is 7.1 seconds behind Wilfred. So very unusual situation that somebody with 9 seconds right now. Budge is catching up again, but it looks like Mormick may just have him with these softs. 9 seconds is going to finish in the top 5. Very unusual situation. This is a very bizarre race, folks. Very bizarre race as we have. We will also, folks, bring to you this week's it doesn't look like we are going to have a safety car in these because we're coming to the end. Budge is battling like crazy with Mormick. This is the closest battle on track, really. Everybody else is so far apart. And now look, we have Ironman who's on the back of Mormick. This may alleviate some of the issues for Budge. Both of these guys, Budge is going, oh, Mormick got by Budge, but ran really wide, and as a result loses a position to Ironman. Ironman does the double. I don't think at this stage Budge is going to... Oh, look at this. It is crazy. Look at these guys. I don't think Budge is going to lose any position to Ironman and Mormick based on penalties, obviously. But he has now fallen 3.4 seconds behind Vern. And that is critical as this lies. These penalties are important, which is why I'm leaving them there. Budge will now get the DRS. Oh, he won't, because he's fallen out of the DRS. Christ on the bike. Not much going for Budge right now. He needs to pull in half a second on Vern in order to get out. There is 2 laps left, and Major Jam may be the only guy to start a race and win it twice in a season. Nobody else has done it once, and Major Jam looks like he might do it twice. I think Major, let's just check how we are. I think Major Jam... No, why not C began it? Beg your pardon. No, Major Jam did start this race. Nobody has done it but Major Jam. We had an AlphaTauri lockout at the front. Supreme is in the DRS of Major... Oh, he's going to be in the DRS soon of Major Jam. Oh, look at this battle. Look at this battle between Budge and Mormick. Again, this is serving brilliantly for... Vern, who is getting the benefit of a whole second, and Budge has to... Oh! And there's Mick! There is Mick! We have a Oh my God, that is the end of Mick's race. I think that is the end of Mick's race. He may now just be finishing in 10th. Did he get any damage? He doesn't look like it. Oh, but he's gone way wide, and he looks like he's not enjoying that at all. He may yet get another penalty. So that means that for Chameleon now, who is now inside that 6 seconds, Chameleon may score 1 point. This is a turnaround. Chameleon was languishing, although Chameleon also may have penalties himself. So Budge and Mayo there. Vern has been taken over by Ironman. We are seeing huge things happen here. Look at the speed of Ironman out of that. What a great grip. Let's see the tyres. Yeah, 16 lap old mediums. But Budge is on the same, and Budge now gets the benefit of the fact that he is he is pushing wide there. Oh, he is pushing wide. Ironman. Oh, and there goes Vern. Vern is after hitting the back of Ironman. That means that conceivably, depending on how you want to view that incident, now Budge may be on track. It looks like 6th is doable for Budge at this stage. Mormick, another 3 second time penalty. That probably ends it for him now as it goes. He is just looking to get to the end of this race. He is still 4.5 seconds ahead of Chameleon, but honestly, with 9 seconds of penalties in this final lap, it just looks like, oh, look at this. We are missing what's going on at the front both. Screw 10th place. Look at Major Jam. He is now behind Supreme Bio by 2.9 seconds. Oh, those mediums have gone off at the wrong time. Major Jam goes wide, and he is now fallen out in 3 seconds. Supreme Bio is coming around, and it looks like he's going to get his first win. Oh, but no! Another twist! Another twist as this race comes to an end. Supreme Bio gets a 3-second time penalty. Coming around into sector 3. He has thrown it out the window. It is penalty. It is penalties that have killed another winning chance for Supreme Bio as this race comes to an end. And Major John takes it on track. He has done it twice. What an end to this race, folks. Look at how it all went. Bunsey is now gone, but Supreme Bio will retain second place, and Bunsey is finishing on third. In third, Wilfred Boney comes across, and he is going to drop behind Blue Gunner and stay in fifth. Ironman and Budge now. Budge is going to take Ironman as they come around this final sector, so long as he doesn't drop outside 6 seconds. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Budge gets 6th, Ironman stays in 7th, Vernie Verne goes to 8th, and Mayo Man in 9th. Budge extends his leads in this season in the most bizarre of races. On track, Chameleon does take the 10th place position, but he did finish 4 seconds behind him on Mayo. I beg your pardon. He did finish 4 seconds, almost 4 seconds behind. Behind, oh god damn, what a crazy end. Behind Mormix, so tentative 1 point there for Chameleon. Tentative 1 point for Chameleon. It looks like at this stage he has a point, but he may be due penalties as a result of that incident, coming back on and absolutely cleaning out Kaiser. I don't know if that was retribution. If it was, it may even result in a ban for the next race. I don't know if they had something that happened earlier that called it. So folks, we will run through the standings and we will then go through this week's bingo. Major Jam in first with the win. The only one guy has won a race from pole, and it is Major Jam, and he has done it twice. Everybody else has finished outside of the first place position. Supreme Boy in second, Bunsey in third, Blue Gunner in fourth, Wilfred Pony in fifth, Budge in sixth. A recovery drive for the ages. He may have penalties. Iron Man in seventh, Vernie Verne in eighth, Mayo Man in ninth, Angry Chameleon 10th tentatively, Mormick in 11th, 12th for Kaiser, Is a Hero, Why Not See, and Shamrock out in a DNF. Oh my god, how did that all go? Supreme Boyle throwing this race away through penalties once again. He is going to be kicking his wheel or controller up and down the street, as they say in LOI. But folks, that is the end of the race today in Texas, the Circuit de Americas. Absolutely incredible end to this race. We caught it just in time when we were trying to deal with Tent and figuring out all of what was going on. We will go to podcast mode as we deal with the this week's bingo. Here we go, folks. Here we go indeed. Boom, boom, boom. Let me say way off. What a weird week. We had Shamrock join us there briefly, telling us how his race ended early on in this. So, folks, as we have it, I will go and get this week's bingo card, and we will run down and see what happened. What an end. What an end to this race. I cannot stress how crazy that was. This week 14 bingo. We had, we're not going to be filling out on much of these, that's for sure. A bunch of Cowboys. Chameleon, Verne, Kaiser, and Elite Carbon all score points. Chameleon, Kaiser, and Elite Carbon unlikely to score points. Sorry, I beg your pardon, folks. That was replaced with Is a Hero because Elite Carbon was not in this race today. Sorry, folks. Let's restart that. Chameleon, Vern, Kaiser, and Is a Hero all score points. We put the mockers on them, folks, because quite frankly, it looks like 3 of the 4 didn't score points. Next. Everything is bigger in Texas. ... Except Budge's lead at the top of the table. Mayo outscores Budge and goes top. As it turns out, not the case, at least the way it stands right now. Budge finishing 6th, Mayo finishing 9th. Quali Masters, AlphaTauri are the best team in Quali again, but neither win. Not true, folks. They are the best, and we had Major Jam. Granted, Why Not goes out on lap 1 or thereabouts, but Major Jam completing the double as it relates to pole plague in wheel to wheel. 12 people. Sorry, we have had 14 races. In 12 of those, the person sitting on pole has not won the race. In 2 of those, there has been a person winning who has won the race, and that was Major Jam. So we still have not crossed anything off. 1, 2, and 3 are not crossed off. United Shakes of America. A driver gets the wobbles on sector 1, on the sector 1 S-bends and needs to pit or causes an SC or VSC. We did witness that, folks. We saw that happen live to Chameleon. So we are crossing off number 4. Home sweet home, Haas secures a home win. Didn't happen, but we did have Haas on the podium with Bunsey. It's back. Wheel-to-wheel pole plague raised its ugly head again for the 13th time in 14 weeks. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Major Jam, the only person to get a pole and win, as we said, doing it twice so far. Penalties are supreme. Supreme Boyle gets 12 seconds in or more in penalties. I think he got 11 in total because I think he served a 5-second penalty. I could be wrong. So it looks like that's not the case, but penalties are supreme because it cost Supreme Bio the win in this race. A crazy outcome as it happens. Yeah, so that is it. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we at? Why not be consistent? This season, in 11 of 14 races, Why Not has failed to score 8 times. Has come ninth twice and 5th once. One of these 3 things happens again, and that did happen because Why Not, despite qualifying 2nd, has failed to score once again. That is 9 times in 14 races. He has clearly been the underperforming driver of the season so far. Whew. Let's see. Anglo-French relations. England and France have fought on US soil before. On this occasion, France will win with Alpine outscoring the Williams. Whew. Let's see how that goes. Who finished where? Let's see. So the Alpines, Supreme Bios in the Alpines, I believe, and so see who does constructors. So the Alpines are made up of Wilfred Boney and Supreme Bio, and we have the Williams Is a Hero and Shamrock, neither scoring. So absolutely, in that case, 9 is going to be crossed off. It looks like we have a 4-8-9 result on this week's bingo. Folks, you know what? I think that's the end of it. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for all of the issues that we've had tonight. It was a scrappy stream. I am not happy with the result of this one. I am having serious computer issues. I'm going to give it some more thought. I'm going to give it some more looking over, and I will endeavour to get this computer working at least till I get the chance to purchase a new PC. Unfortunately, folks, the funds just aren't there right now to be buying the PC that I wish to have. But we will endeavour to bring you wheel to wheel, week in, week out, and we will give you the entertainment, the questions every week. We will give you the questions, and we will also bring you the bingo, and we will bring you live coverage of wheel to wheel as best we can and as good as we can, consistently, if we can. Folks, I'm going to end the stream because it's been a very bizarre night. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Meeps. Thank you. We will see you on the other side.